What's really good? What's really good? It's your boy Aaron Bevins. I got Kris and Nikki Kelly on the screen with me today. Kris, Nikki, how in the world are y'all doing?
Good.
Man, we're doing good. About yourself? How's everybody doing?
Doing amazing, doing amazing. Before we get into the meat and potatoes here, this is going to be a very quick episode, y'all. And I think it's going to be really inspirational, really exciting for everybody who watches, not only live, but also on the replay. But Kris, Nikki, where are y'all broadcasting out of today?
Big city of Dallas-Fort Worth. We're in a little town called New Fairview. Most people don't know where that's at. It's kind of close to Decatur, but essentially we're in the DFW area.
I love it, man. I absolutely love it. So right after this intro, we're going to be going over not only the ups and downs that Kris and Nikki have had, but, you know, some of the blessings that have come from their fighting and really pursuing the American dream, which is entrepreneurship and being business owners. So right after this intro, let's get right into it.
We made it, that's facts, ayy. We the greatest, that's facts, ayy. Prices raising, that's facts, ayy. That's right. But we paid it, that's facts, ayy. I did. They hate it, that's facts, ayy. Cause we changing, that's facts, ayy. We did. Can't blame them, that's facts, ayy. Cause we made it, that's facts, ayy. Cherry on top, that's a goat, yeah. Where you been, I wanna know, yeah. Greatest story ever told, yeah. Greatest story ever told, yeah. I know you wanna look up for this. Baby, let me turn you up a bit. You said you made it through hell and back. Give me the school, baby, tell the facts. Don't be shy.
Let's go. So, y'all, we are so impromptu today. We're gonna definitely do another one. But I'm in my Escalade right now. As y'all can see, I'm in the mobile office right now, and Kris and Nikki were scrambling behind the scenes because we forgot to tell them when we were going live. So, but we're gonna make the most of it today. I'm really excited. So, with that said, Kris, Nikki, how did y'all stumble across and find out? How'd y'all get into real estate?
Man, that's a long story. I'll give you the cliff notes, not to take up too much time. Back in the day, I was about 17 or 18. I had a lot of interest in it. I took out a loan to go to a Robert Allen class. I took out a loan at a credit union. I'm not going to lie, it was wasted money. Okay, it wasn't worth it. Anyways, after that, kind of dabbled in it, then got married, had kids, life happened. And then we recently circled back into this, I don't know, 6-7 years ago. I've always been into, real estate, homes. They appreciate, everybody's always going to need a home. They're always going to be around. It's a tangible asset, and, they always appreciate. And, from the dream perspective of, mailbox money to whether you're flipping, you're wholesaling, I mean, there's always money to be made in different avenues. So that's just, I've always been fascinated and interested for whatever reason.
I love it. So then how did you and Nikki get back into it? So you've obviously always had an interest in it. And then what was the thing that was like, man, you know what, we need to do this and let's do this together?
She's always kind of followed my lead on that a little bit, like meaning that because I've always had this, I'll say dream/vision. So she's always just kind of followed behind me, and she's been very supportive. Trust me, man. I could sit here and talk to you for 3 hours about all the shit she's gone through and put up with, like with me in this journey, like seriously. But to answer your question, when we got started, we had a friend of hers. He kind of pitched the idea, hey, let's get a property, let's rehab it. I'm not going to mention any names, only because the first one we did out of the box, Nikki and I and him as well, we lost like literally $32,000 on this very first deal out of the box. Yeah. And that's each of us. A piece.
Oh my God. Holy smokes. Dude, I did not know that. So y'all really cut y'all's teeth.
Yeah, it was bad, man. It was really bad. And you want to talk about coming out of the gate swinging, and I'm trying to get her on board, to get my back. And this thing went on for about 1.5 years. But there was a lot of things to learn on that.
Yeah.
There was a lot of expensive tuition that we took from that point, or that lesson, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was the very first endeavor, literally.
Yeah. Holy smokes. So Nikki, from your perspective, like this is one of the reasons, and I made a post about y'all that like went borderline viral because people were so inspired about it. But one of the things I really appreciate about y'all is y'all have the true American grit. Like if there's something about y'all, it's y'all just refuse to quit. And I think that's why I'm always so hopeful and excited about y'all's future. But from your perspective, Nikki, and I'm always giving you your flowers behind the scenes, Nikki, because whenever we meet, you're the one who comes up with the numbers, and obviously you're the glue. You're similar to like CC and me. She keeps me organized and everything together. But from your perspective, what has kept your hope and enthusiasm alive? Because obviously this has not been the easiest journey, but from your perspective, like what's kept you pushing this entire time?
Truthfully, him, and the fact of just wanting to maintain being a stay-at-home mom, really, like not having to go back to work. It's tough. I've thought about it off and on, and then
yeah, I love it. Yeah, so that not fear, but like the disdain of having to go back to work is real, right?
Yeah, I mean, especially right now, like having young ones, when they're grown, you never know. But right now, I've been doing that, I don't know, I was working part-time for a while, but probably about 5-6 years, I guess. So.
Come on. So y'all have gone through all these ups and downs, and I remember when y'all told me that we had cleared about 60K in a month, man, I was like screaming out of excitement. Just so it meant so much to me, because like I said, it's more than numbers for me. I'm watching y'all behind the scenes scratch and claw and fight, and it's come out to be about an average of about a 4 to 5x return that y'all are seeing on y'all's ad spend, which is just absolutely lovely. It's not where we want to be, but it's absolutely lovely. So let's talk about this a little bit. This is what people normally ask. What was the marketing campaign that y'all used in order to get these leads that closed into the $60,000 month?
Yeah, I'll take this one. Yeah, there's several, to be honest with you. So when I quit the W-2 2 or 3 years ago, we were doing various different things, even before we got linked up with you. But one thing, the first and foremost thing, is going to be your follow-ups. Stay on them and be relentless on them. That is the biggest thing to be organized on, and just that's your money right there. Yep. You don't know when they're going to sell, but stay on them so they don't sell to your neighbor. The next thing was going to be we did some me personally, some cold calling. I hit the dollar out of the trenches when I left, the W-2. So going back old school, running it up. We've done some direct mail, Facebook ads. When I say Facebook ads, just kind of posting in Facebook groups. Like we've really been all over the place, to be honest with you. Like there's not really one set thing. It's just like, I don't want to say we're clawing at the walls, but we're trying this, we're trying that, and just trying to figure it out like everybody else. And the truth is, there's no secret sauce. It's consistency. And that's what I'm slowly getting grips on, meaning that, you do something, you stick to it, and be relentless on your follow-ups. Those are the two main things. And what else?
I was just going to say, and like the rabbit hole we fell into is we were constantly following new gurus. And it was like, okay, we did something for 60, 90 days. It didn't work and they're making it. So let's do what they're doing. Like, quit doing that. Like, just stick to one, maybe two things. And just, to me, I know that they say education is key. And yeah, it is. But also don't get wrapped up in the new shiny shit that everybody's doing. The old shit works, period. It's just how you do it.
Facts. Yeah. And there's nothing wrong with experimenting, but I love that y'all are sharing this, because I think we were like thinking for y'all's marketing campaign, let's do this, let's do that. But then whenever we went back to the numbers, and Nikki, thank you for this, because when we went back to the numbers, we were like, holy smokes, our mailer campaign is seeing a 4 to 5x ROI. Why would we go to something else?
It just doesn't feel like it when you're not I guess you look at it, like him and me both, like he's not getting daily phone calls. He's not getting leads every day. We're not staying busy. So it's like, this ain't working, but really it is working. And I mean, I guess you can look at it as a blessing in a little ways. You're not running the rat race every day because we don't have a race every day, but
just my stress and anxiety.
Yeah.
But
it's the consistency is our big thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, 100%. So let's talk about, we only got a few minutes. So for you guys, what would you say? Obviously, just in the few minutes we've talked, y'all have already brought out a few really key points that I think new people and even intermediate people who might be struggling could take a note out of y'all, from y'all's page. But what are some of the lessons that you feel like y'all have learned along the years, the ebbs and flows in business, to get to where y'all are now? What advice would y'all give to some of the newer folks who are getting started?
Man, that's a long list, because Lord knows I'm all over the place with me. I mean, I'm up here all the time, and that's not the place to be. But mindset is huge.
Yeah.
When you're down in the trenches and you want to quit, you want to give up, or you're down on yourself. I mean, I'm the number one culprit. People that know me, I'm hard as hell on myself, and sometimes I have to, have a reality check from people on the outside looking in. But keeping that mindset, that determination. And not quitting. I mean, shit goes south, man, and you want to throw the towel in and you want to give up, but you keep, clawing and staying after it, and things start to come around a little bit as you stick with it, and putting the time in and the work in. And one thing that I've tried to do better, and I need to do better at, is also going to be two things: education, books. And my wife will tell you she's on my ass all the time, but networking, and interaction, the groups, things like that, because everybody's in this shit together, and we're all in this to win, and we're all going to have our own battles that we're fighting, and we all have our own struggles. And the people that are around you, everybody has their own viewpoints, and it's massive from a business standpoint, or a different perspective, or even if it's a different idea of how to approach something. Keep people in your circle close by, that you trust, and those are the biggest things for me. And it's still room for improvement on my end, but but I've definitely done a lot better for sure.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I've seen your growth tremendously, Kris, and it's been a beautiful thing to see. What about you, Nikki? From your perspective, what advice would you give to, newer folks or intermediate folks who might be struggling right now? They might be in a bad season. What advice would you give from all the lessons you've learned throughout the years?
Probably to realize that there is no secret sauce. We were always hunting and pecking for the magic list. And really, there really is none. I mean, there is no magic list. It's being consistent, just staying on 1 to 2 things that you can stay and be consistent at for 6 to 9 months. Know your numbers is very important. And the shit you're not good at, have somebody else do it. Like, I'm good at the numbers. He sucks. So I'm that person. He's the people person. I'm the back end person. So, I mean, I know not everybody has a husband-wife duo, but if you're not good at the data, hire a VA. If you're not good at the KPIs, hire a VA. Like, quit. You know what I mean? If you're not good at it, it's just going to slow you down. So,
yeah, I love that. Okay. One more question to give to the people. A self-development book, a video, an audio. Give the people something that they can chew on that has helped you guys. Maybe it's something from a self-development standpoint that you'd recommend to a newbie if they were like, man, where can I go to really get what I need to spearhead this? What would you say it is?
Mine is Profit First.
Oh, yes. Spoken like a true integrator. I love it.
Mine's Profit First. If you're a newbie, what was that one that we read? If you can't wholesale after this, I ain't got shit for you. That's a good one to get started.
I think that's Todd Fleming.
I think
it's Todd Fleming.
That one that he had, that Think and Grow Rich.
This is the OG. I'm not gonna lie. I'm still reading through this. I read through it and I read over it. And then the next one on the hit list is going to be this one down here, Traction.
Yes.
That's the next one.
Yeah.
In order, and there's not only that, but there's tons of resources out there. I mean, whether it's YouTube's or, everybody knows some of the big names and some, RJ, and, RJ always comes to mind. Bevins, of course, my boy Bevins. been with him even before the coaching and everything. Like, I've followed you for hella ever, man. And I've just always looked up to you as well. And I've always trusted you. You're a very humble guy, and you're not like a lot of the people out there. If you're going to look up to somebody that has a track record, that stays humble, and they're not looking to sell you $50,000 guru courses and feed you a lot of bullshit. But yeah, outside of that, man, those books are solid, as well as all the resources and the groups that we have available on social media, whatever. And to anybody out there, I'm just going to throw this out there. Something else real quick. You have to have a way to decompress. You have to have a way to release energy. I'm going to be first to tell you, alcohol is not the way. When things are not going exactly as planned, or you're having a bad day, or you're stressed out, I'm the first to raise my hand on that. But fitness is awesome. But you know, working out, fitness, whatever, but it helps with so many different things. And the other thing I'm going to add on that is, don't hesitate to reach out, because there's one thing that I've learned, like, I'll help anybody that I can within reason. And I'm always humbled to do that, because so many people have helped me. Yeah. And don't be afraid to ask a question either. I don't care if you think it's elementary, you know, ask questions and don't be afraid to ask for help, because that is the one thing that'll get you trapped, and it'll mind block you, and it'll definitely pump the brakes on the progress.
And also getting locked into what they call it, education paralysis.
Yeah.
Get out there and do it. I mean, that's another thing I would say is, like, you can read about it all day long, but I don't care what you read. Every situation is going to be different. And like him, I can't tell you how many times we would be like, well, we locked up a deal. We don't know what the hell we're doing with it, but let's find out. Like, you know what I mean? And the community will help you, whether you're JVing, whether it's, you know, just get out there and do it.
Yeah. 100%. 100%. I love it. You guys are more of an inspiration than y'all will ever know. Believe me. I really appreciate you guys. I know this one was short and sweet, but thank y'all for coming on. And guys, if you're not home yet, please drive safe, because people be driving crazy out there. When you do get home, love on your loved ones, because tomorrow's not promised. Brush your teeth, and for goodness sakes, don't smack nobody. Kris and Nikii, thank y'all for coming in and showing love. We appreciate y'all. And until next time, let's get it. Deuces.
Take care.
We made it, that's facts, ayy. We the greatest, that's facts, ayy. Prices raising, that's facts, ayy. That's right. But we paid it, that's facts, ayy. They hate it, that's facts, ayy. Cause we changing, that's facts, ayy. We did. Can't blame them, that's facts, ayy. Cause we made it, that's facts, ayy. Cherry on top, that's a goat, yeah. Where you been, I wanna know, yeah. Greatest story ever told, yeah. Greatest story ever told, yeah. I know you wanna look up for this. Baby, let me turn you up a bit. You said you made it through hell and back. Give me the scoop, baby, tell the fact.